Studies have shown that when it comes to withdrawal from corn and masturbation, it's just as severe when you're on the withdrawal from cocaine or heroin, right? You're in the midst of quitting those drug addictions, right? So I want to run through the most common withdrawal symptoms that you're going to face when you initially quit watching the corn, right? Through 1 day to 7 days. The first thing you'll notice when you quit watching the corn is that your dopamine levels will take a nosedive. And for those that are not aware, your dopamine is the chemical in your brain that surges into your system whenever you look at corn. And one of the few symptoms that you're going to be experiencing throughout this 7 day period is going to be grumpiness. You're going to have times where you feel irritated. You're going to be cynical about certain things. You may have outbursts of anger that come out of nowhere, you know, and like anything can just get under your skin. You know, Someone may cut you off in traffic and that may just set you off. Right? Someone may look at you funny and you may want to fight that dude. You know what I'm saying? Give him a black eye. You know, like just the little minor things you know, that can happen to you are able to anger you, right? As opposed when you're completely clean from an addiction and you're sober up, anything that's minor is not going to get to you. You know what I'm saying? So, grumpiness is one of the few symptoms that you're going to experience the most, right? Another symptom is mood swings. 1 minute you may feel sad about something, maybe something that comes up from your past that was traumatic, and you're going through you're going through the events of your past, of that traumatic experience, and it's just making you sad, it's just making you upset, right? It's something that just came out of nowhere, and you thought about it, and you got in your feelings about it too. And then 1 minute you'll just go from that to being happy out of nowhere or cheerful about something. And then it's right back to a negative emotion. From the negative emotions to the positive emotions, they'll definitely switch back and forth, as you'll notice, right? And that's something that you have to expect when you're quitting any addiction, really. It's not just corn. It can be weed, it can be alcohol, it can be any drug, you know. And it's one of those things that you're going to have to anticipate, you know. So mood swings is a big one. Um, Another symptom that you'll be enduring is anxiety, anxiety attacks. When you go in social settings, that anxiety might just set off big time, and it might lead you to want to like just withdraw from everybody and pretty much isolate yourself. You'll be quick to want to just isolate yourself and not be seen by anybody because, for those that don't know, when you are so heavy in the addiction of corn, there is a lot of shame and guilt that builds up over time. Over the years, when you have been a severe corn addict, that shame and guilt is already built up. So when you decide to quit and you decide to be sober up, and you go in social settings, or you're going in stores, or going in public places, that anxiety, man, is going to hit hard. It really is, man. And then when it comes with that anxiety, is the shame and guilt. That shame and guilt is so heavy on your heart that, you know, you're not going to want to be seen by anybody. You don't want to talk to nobody. And I get that. I've been there plenty of times myself. You know, I've been there so many times, so I can relate. And this is one of the hardest withdrawal symptoms to experience, in my opinion. Y'all can let me know in the comment section what is one of your hardest symptoms, withdrawal symptoms that you had to face when quitting corn, or any addiction for that matter. And the last one I'm going to go through is pornographic thoughts. Those, man, that symptom is going to hit hard too. Those like adult film uh images that are just so stuck in your subconscious, man, it's crazy. It's that's something that's going to really be stuck in your mind for a while. And you just have to learn to keep yourself productive and to do things that take your mind off of those thoughts. But I'm not gonna lie to you. Those pornographic thoughts, they're gonna be lingering. They're definitely gonna be lingering. They're definitely going to, cause some type of temptation, to lead you back in to the addiction, you know? Like the first 7 days, man, are going to be very difficult. I'm not gonna bullshit. I'm not gonna bullshit you. It's gonna be very difficult because those first 7 days is pretty much the test to see if you are actually addicted to this or not. Some guys, or most guys, they wind up folding within 7 days. They wind up going back into the addiction and relapsing. You know, when I first initially quit, I was able to go 7 days without looking at corn. 7 days. Now, by day 21 or by day 30, the urge to want to go back and watch the corn was very strong. The temptation was almost hard to deny around day 30. Sometimes it'll be day 21. It really depends on like where you're at, right? But for some guys, they just can't get past that initial 7 days, you know. But by week 2, for me personally, has been the hardest to like get through and to, fight that temptation, you know. And there have been times where I wasn't able to fight through week 2. You know what I'm saying? There's been times where I was able to make it past week 2 and past a month. Initially, I went without 90 days without corn. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be lying to you if I didn't tell you that within those 90 days that I wasn't going through times where I wasn't, dealing with lustful thoughts. Because those lustful thoughts on certain days were very strong and very tempting. You know, even that voice that tells you to just, oh, go back to the sites and, oh, just watch one more video. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to derail your momentum. It's not going to, don't listen to that voice. Don't listen to that voice. That voice is trying to seduce you and tempt you back into the addiction. And, it's going to ruin any process you may have made, or progress, I should say, progress that you have made, you know. And when you are making progress, that's when the enemy wants to attack, when you're making progress. And it's a very hard thing to overcome. But I just want to make this video to give y'all the awareness of these withdrawal symptoms that you may be facing right now. Grumpiness, anxiety, pornographic thoughts, and mood swings. I know that there's more symptoms, but the first 7 days, for me personally, these were the major symptoms that I have experienced. So that being said, make sure y'all hit the like button for the algorithm. And let me know down in the comment section the withdrawal symptoms that y'all have been battling with. And Have you experienced these same symptoms as well, just like me? So, with that being said, thank you all for watching, and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you are new, like for the algorithm, and I'm out. Peace.